Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror? And I mean, have you really looked? Maybe you were brushing your teeth this morning and you just caught the reflection. Do you realize that you were watching 50 trillion cells working together, talking to each other, making one miracle of a human being? You are amazing. This morning, we're going to talk about just why it is that your body is the most amazing organism on this whole planet. We're going to take a look at how the nervous system controls the body and what can interfere with it. And we will see how chiropractic can help us to really maximize our health. So first of all, what is health? We see a lot of people think that you're either sick or you're healthy. They think that it's just one or the other. But let's be really clear here today. It's not a case of being just black or white. It's more like there's 50 shades of grey. And, I mean literally a spectrum of 50 shades of grey. And so what we're talking about today, guys, is being the healthiest version of ourselves, being the brightest colour that we can be, where we're living at our maximum potential. So, how does your body do all of this? Well, think about it this way. In Barack Obama's election, he successfully used the internet to communicate with a huge number of his voters. And let's remember that the internet is a vast network of cables that can send and receive messages over the entire world almost instantaneously. Because you see, our bodies have got their own version of this. And though we may look different on the outside, on the inside, we're all basically the same. We all have a human version of internet cables, which we call nerves. And our nerves are the way that our brain communicates with our body. But just like Obama's election, there's a two-way street. You've got the commander-in-chief, our brain, sending messages down the internet cables, our nerves, and then the voters, which are our cells, send their messages back, saying what they think. This is called the nervous system, and it controls everything in our bodies. But sometimes there can be interferences with these nerves and the messages that they carry. The other day, I was doing my weekly Skype session with my parents. Everything was going great, and then all of a sudden, the picture went blurry. The sound became bitsy, and everything went out of sync. Skype was still working, but it was at less than 100%. So it definitely wasn't its most healthy self. And isn't it so frustrating when this sort of thing happens? Because you can't have that effortless conversation. Everything feels like it's hard work. I mean, imagine my parents and I were cells in the body, and we were trying to organise the natural sleep cycle, digestive process, or the healing of a wound. How are we meant to do that when we can't clearly talk to each other? Remember, we're talking about living at our potential. If there's interference, then we're not doing that. So what was causing this distorted communication? Well, I wasn't sure. But then in the background, I see my little sister walking up to the microwave which was on. And with expert precision, with just the right amount of pressure, in just the right location, she reached out her finger and she turned it off. Gradually, the picture came back and Skype fixed itself. It was the microwave. And I thought there is a future chiropractor right there. Because she removed the cause of interference and allowed self-healing. Of course, in our bodies, it's not actually a microwave that affects the way the cells talk to each other. It's misalignments in your spine. Trauma, stress, falls, muscle imbalances can all lead to these frustrating, unclear conversations. Chiropractors detect misalignments in the spine that are causing nerve interference. And when these misalignments are present, well, they correct them, just like my sister did, with expert precision, with just the right amount of pressure in just the right location, to make sure that we are living at our maximum potential. And so tonight, when you're brushing your teeth and you're looking in the mirror, just stop for a moment and really appreciate that amazing job that your 50 trillion cells are doing for you. And just ask yourself, have I left the microwave on? Am I living at my potential? And when is my next chiropractic appointment? Thank you.